Hey, you guys, it's True Heaven. I know y'all miss me. I miss you too. Yeah, it's late night. I'm in a bed. But I decided to come on here and talk to you guys for a little bit before I head on off to Sleepy Land. Okay. Um, I know I said I bought my last video. I know I said I did get the paperwork from the office concerning the lease purchase program. Maybe I could try to pull that out, but it's not good. Plus, the information that I got, I have to talk to some man. I forgot his name, but I have to talk to him. So they told me that he kind of hard to get in touch with. So make sure I have all the questions that I want to ask ready, so that I can go ahead and ask all the questions at one time and everything is going to be okay. But it's looking like about $850. I don't know whether that's a week or a month, and then it's got a whole bunch of other charges, fees associated with it. So I'm not real sure. So I still have to work on getting the information for that. Other than that, I've been back. I've done a couple of runs. I'm actually in Alabama right now. I went to Georgia. I went to Albany, Georgia, then to Perry, Georgia, and now I'm on my way back to Kansas. Yeah, it's been crazy. I basically sat at the receiver today for I guess it was about 3.5, almost 4 hours. And then I sat at the shipper because I went to go pick up another load for another 3.5, almost 4 hours. So that was most of my day right there. I just barely got out of Georgia just so I could, make up some time for, getting my load back to Kansas. I got to be there on Wednesday. So I'm working on that. What else? Let's see. Yeah, everything's been not too bad. Yeah, no change with the dispatcher situation here so far. Well, I don't know. I don't really talk to him. I always talk to somebody else, so I guess. I did find out that one of the dispatchers I had an issue with, he's no longer with the company. So, I didn't have anything to do with that. He was gone when I came back from home time. When I came back from home time, he wasn't here anymore. I don't know the situation with that, so I can't really speak on that. All I know is good riddance. He ain't here no more. Let's see. I know I had so many things that I wanted to talk about, but now they all seem to be, flying out of my head. Let me know if y'all got any questions that I could answer. I don't know, whatever you want to know. You want to know about the truck? You want to know about the company? You want to know about the routes and the mileage? You want to know about... That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Okay, one of the things I like about the company is that your routes that you have to take. So basically they give you an address and you're going to get there. Then they have a suggested route for you to take. However, you don't really have to take that route, long as you get the shipment there in time. That's the whole goal, okay? So for me, like this route that I'm on right now, I didn't really take the suggested route because the suggested route would have taken me through a mountain in Tennessee that I hate going around. So I took the southern route and I'm coming underneath everything. I'm going down and up as opposed to going up and over, okay? So that's one thing that I like about, driving for this company is that I'm not saying you could pick your own route, but you can pick which way you want to go. I'm also taking the route that I'm taking. I'm avoiding construction The other route has like 4 different sections where there's construction, which could be a slowdown, which would, cause me to lose time and possibly get my shipment there late. Thus far, I don't have there's only a couple of places that you have to get there during your appointment time. Most of the time, get there when you get there. Well, I can't control the shippers and the receivers, so if they get me out late, then that means that I'm gonna be late. I'm just gonna be late, and I'm gonna have to get over that. Another thing I'm starting to realize is that, like, don't sweat none of this, because I used to get really, really frustrated, and like I would be preparing and planning my route and planning where I'm going to stop at for the night and trying to plan this and make sure I have this ready. And yeah, the shippers and the receivers be like, we don't give a damn about none of that. We get to you when we get to you, which messes up your time, which in turn kind of messes up your money, because that means that now you're behind schedule, and maybe you would have had a whole day to be able to take on something else, and now you don't have that day, which means you're not getting those extra miles. But for the most part, I be driving like a bat out of hell, so I usually, I'm either getting there on time or I'm getting there early, but I'm never getting there late unless they gave me the load late. If they gave me the load late, it's gonna be late because I didn't get it until late. But other than that, and that will happen sometimes. Like, I've gotten loads where they were supposed to be picked up the day before, but I'm just getting it today, so I guess it'll get there when it get there. But other than that, I've been having some crazy little incidents on the highway. I had a tanker damn near ran me off the road, okay? I don't mean like a little bit in my, crossover, they kind of veer into your lane a little bit, over the white line. No, this man was all the way halfway in my lane, like literally he's in half of the lane and I'm in half of the lane. I'm damn near being pushed off the highway by this tanker. I had another truck that just kind of, no blinkers, okay? And I know he saw me because we was just riding next to each other. So I'm here. You was getting in front of me. 2 feet. If you ever see a truck and 2 feet in front of a truck, that's really damn it close, okay? No turn signal, 2 feet, crosses over in front of me and slows down. Like, what the hell's going on with you? Okay, I'm gonna need for you to get it, put some pep in your step, okay? But yeah, it's been some crazy drivers out here. So, if you're getting into the trucking industry, make sure that you play it safe. Like, pay attention to what the hell's going on around you, because I swear I done seen a lot of almost accidents. Truckers like riding the tail of other trucks, like trying to force them to move out their way and things like that. Like, you can't bully me. So if you ride my tail, then I'm gonna brake check the fuck out of you, because you ain't supposed to be that fucking close, no way. So yeah, be mindful of all those things. Like I said before, truck driving can be a little dangerous, but play it safe. Be as safe as you possibly can. If you do accidentally have an accident, make sure it ain't your fault. It ain't because you did something wrong. It's because somebody else was trying to be fast and maybe they ran into you or something. But yeah, you will get that. Trucks ride your bumper to try to force you to move over. Mostly the owner operators, because their trucks can go faster than the company trucks, because they're not governed at the same speed. Our trucks are governed at like 67 in cruise control, which means I'm not the slowest thing on the road, but I'm like second slowest. Because these other trucks be zooming past me doing like 72. They be out. Let me see. I haven't got caught in there was a blitz going on. A blitz is when they have a lot of DOT and the patrols out stopping trucks, checking them, putting them out of service and things like that. I haven't gotten any of that. I haven't gotten caught up in any of those situations yet. I haven't really gotten caught up in anything yet, like not even at a weigh station, like not being overweight, because I weigh my loads when I get them. Now, this particular load I have right now, I did not weigh it because I did not give a damn. It is what it is. I was riding. It didn't feel like heavy. It didn't feel like it was pulling me, so I figured it was all good until I'm like 5 minutes from my stop location today, like where I was stopping at for the night. 5 miles, the weigh station pulls me in. I'm like, God damn it. I only got 5 more miles and I could sit down. But they weighed me. I was good and I was able to pull out. It was no problems. It was like a minute and a half, if it was a minute and a half, in and out. So we actually have a thing on our truck called pre-pass. And what it does is it allows your truck to be weighed while you're driving. So some places, not all the states have them, but most of the states have them. These sensors, they look like they on them light poles above the roadway. And as you drive past, it scans your truck and weighs it, and then it'll tell you whether or not you need to stop at the weigh station by blinking a light. If the light blinks green inside your truck, then that means you could keep going. If the light blinks red, then that means you need to go into the weigh station. So today was the first day since I've been driving that my light blinked red. But once again, I said they was having a blitz, so I think that they were just like randomly selecting vehicles to just come in, because I know my truck is not overweight. And like I said, I didn't have to stay. I didn't have any issues at the weigh station. They weighed me and then they told me to go. Usually when you pull into a weigh station, there's some arrows. Some places it's like loaded and unloaded. Like it's a lane for if you load it, and it's a lane for if you're unloaded, if you're empty. And they'll tell you, so long as the light is green, you can just keep going. And they tell you to go a certain speed, which is sometimes it's like 3 miles per hour if you load it, and then 5 miles per hour if you're not loaded, if you're empty. This particular weigh station that I stopped at, it was a stop weigh station. So I had to pull up on a scale and stop. And somebody in the inside, they checked the weight, and then they gave me the green light so that I could go. So the weigh stations are not that bad. What you don't want to do is be overweight on any of your axles, and or have to get like inspected. Now that's when the trouble starts. But if long as you good, make sure you check your truck, make sure everything is working, because they looking, they need money, and they gonna try to get it from you. So just make sure your truck is in good working order, and you should be good. I don't get pulled into weigh stations that often, because either it's closed or I got the green light, so I could bypass the weigh station, so I don't have to worry too much about the weigh stations. Let me see. I don't know what I have in this truck, but I know it's going to Coca-Cola, so I think it might be the syrups, for the fountain, because it can't be sodas, because it would be heavier than it is. So I'm thinking it's just like the syrups, to put inside of the whatever it is, like the fountain soda drinks, the syrup that they use for that. I believe that's what it is. My last load was peanuts. When I opened, because I had to open up the back of the truck, open up the doors of the truck before I pulled into the dock, and I opened it up, and it's big bags of peanuts. This not peanuts in bags, like individually small bags of peanuts. No, like a big, gigantic, big bag of peanuts. Like if you opened a can of peanuts and you see the loose peanuts in there, it was a big bags of those in there, and they were coming from, I think, Mars or M&M or something like that. So might be going into some of your candy bars or your trail mixes or your little bags of peanuts or your little cans of peanuts. One of my pet peeves is when I get to the shipper and they ask me, what is it? I don't know. Damn it, it's whatever you order. Like, what are you asking me what's in there? This is sealed when I get it. Like, you think I go in the back and watch them load it? No, I don't do that. I don't go in the back and watch them load my truck. I sit in my front and they tell me it's done, or I go take me a nap while you loading me. But knowing exactly, now I do have an invoice that may tell you what's in the inside, but sometimes the invoices, you can't really identify what it is. It'll get a product number and a description that don't quite match what you think it should say when you see what is actually in the back. But sometimes I know what's back there, sometimes I don't know what's back there. I know what's back, well, if I have to open up the doors, then I really find out what's back there. If I don't open up the doors, then I don't know. Especially if I picked up a sealed trailer. It was already sealed and loaded when I got there. I just hooked up my tractor to it and pulled out. So sometimes you know, sometimes you don't know. I mean, I guess as I get used to being on a route, I will get to know what shippers ship what items and be more familiar with the products. But I don't really give a damn what's in the truck. Quite honestly, I don't really care what's in the truck. My job is to pick this up and put it down over here. Like, I don't really care what's inside. Long as it ain't no explosives or nothing like that, I'm good. I really don't care what's in the inside. Y'all like my new headset? I upgraded, baby. I'm official. But don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I should be saying that in the beginning, but I'll be forgetting. I just be trying to get some information out or come talk to you guys. But let me know if you got any questions, any concerns, any comments, anything I could possibly get information from you for. I want to try to, this is my next little try endeavor, is to try when I'm at the truck stops, try and talk to different truck drivers from different companies so we can get an idea of what the different companies, like how people like working at the different companies, like Pam and Swift, and some company you might not have even heard of before, because apparently there's a lot of those people. What it's like from an owner-operator standpoint. I'm going to try to do some interviews with some people and try to get that information out, because maybe you come to Butler and you don't like it, or you like it, or you don't like it, and you decide you want to go to another company, but you're not real sure about this other company, or like you just want some little more insight. Shit, I want some more insight. So I'm going to try to do some interviews with some other drivers and see what kind of information I can get out, so that way, hey, we all around town. We can get information from anybody we want to. All we got to do is ask. So another thing is, speaking of information and asking things, my parking is getting better, y'all. It's getting better. I pulled into a I backed into a parking spot. And I only had to do one pull-up, okay? One pull-up. I was hyped, okay? I was hyped because my backup skills are improving. I mean, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. I went to a shipper last week, and the yard was so small that you had to back up into it, and then the entrance is on a hill. So it's on a hill like this, so you gotta back up and then back. It took me a long time. Know that it took me a long time, but I got it done. That really was the only way you could get inside of that shipper. So yeah, if your parking skills is not up to par, trust me, you're going to get plenty of practice, okay? So, but have them a little bit, you know. The better you are at your backing up. So if you're in school now or something like that, hey, practice that backing up till you can't practice it no more, okay? And eventually you'll get used to it. I'm getting used to it. I'm also getting a I don't give a fuck attitude. You tend to develop that after a while too. Like, I used to be really, you know, like I said, trying to prepare and get things right so I can get here and make sure this gets there, and get frustrated when I can't be somewhere on time. I don't give a fuck now. It'll get there when it get there. If you don't care, I don't care neither. And plus, it just heightens your stress levels. So don't stress out about the small stuff. It's not that serious. You can only do what you can do. And the things that you don't have control over, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. So I think that's all I have for you guys for this little conversation. Once again, I'm going to see if, you know, send me your questions on the owner operator. I mean, at least purchase program, because I am going to talk to the guy, and I want to make sure that I do get everybody's questions. And any questions, like I said, I'm not interested in the lease purchase program, so I don't have no questions for them. But if you have questions, put them in the comments on this video so that I can write them down. And when I talk to him, I have all the questions in order, so that I can ask them everything at one time and bring back all the information at one time. I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to bother this man again, because once again, like I said, I will say that when I did ask one of the ladies in the office about the lease purchase program, she gave me a paper, but she told me that it's not really worth it at this time to do the lease purchase program because of the fuel prices and things like that. So I'm not the only one. Like, she was saying, I'm gonna give you this information, but, you know, if I were you, I wouldn't do it because the fuel prices is bad right now. So, you know, don't want to be going in debt and things like that and being broke because you try to get a truck. But other than that, you guys, I'm going to see you later. It's night time. So good night and deuces.